Look, we got to talk about it. Squid Game is killing it right now, and I think the gas is. I'm appreciative of it happening. However, I don't think it's deserved. It's cool. Title was a little bit of clickbait. I don't think it's trash, but I don't think it's as great as it's propped up to be. I think that hopefully, or I'm hoping at least, that this is the step that's needed for people to finally enjoy foreign cinema and really take it into account. Like, really allow it to be competitive. Train to Busan tried. I think that was Parasite that kind of popped up as well. Also, I enjoyed I enjoyed in Squid Game the fact that the father from Train to Busan was present. If you haven't seen Train to Busan, you need to. The platform is really good foreign cinema as well. I think that I'm hoping that Squid Game is what is needed to allow foreign cinema to become more common and not something that I have to go grinding on Netflix for, because Squid Game has been out for almost a month. It came out September 17th, or at least is what they say, meaning that they probably released trailers to it a month before that. So there's been time that people didn't pay it any attention. I feel like social proofing played a big role, but that's gonna go off into another tangent, and I don't really have time for that. I'm a small channel, so I'm taking advantage of the gas while it's here. Please take time to actually listen to what I'm saying, and if it means that much to you, and you enjoy, you want to hear more, leave a like. It helps the channel, allows me to grow. Before I talk about the things that Squid Game did poorly, I just want to talk about the things that they did well to me or in my own personal taste. The ability to control the lighting really well, make the whites really bright, almost overexposed. In brighter times or in happier times, like when they were eating, it was like little subtle light changes, or the fact that when they were like picking through certain games or things like that, it would be a little dimmer or have like a gray touch to me almost. Ji-hoon going back home and going through the same city, it was brighter. It was a significant difference. And then re-adding that gray layer almost once he had completed the haircut, but then brightening it back up when he went to go talk to Chul, the little boy, the brother of let me find her name real quick, of Saebyok. I hope I'm getting these names right, because I'm taking the time to do the little. Never mind. Anyway, they did all those things really well. Now bringing light back to the forefront, or bringing to the forefront, the actual show itself. My first problem, and this is what I'm gonna harp on for a minute, in the search for the brother through the cop and that whole situation. Number one, he says something to he says something to Gi-hoon at the top. I mean, when they're like going through and have them like all with their hands up or whatever. And that means nothing either. They don't ever say anything to each other again. That's pointless. And you could say it's just to progress his story along, but he could have did that without that. That was stupid. The button tear being on his suit and being different from everybody else, you could say is used to identify us, or for us to identify him, except it didn't matter because we only saw things through his eyes. So it wasn't important that we saw it through everybody else's. It wasn't even important that you differentiate him. In fact, it would have been a little better to me to leave his suit intact, so that way all the things that felt kind of shysty or all the things that happened, you wouldn't really be able to tell if he was the one doing them or not. That would have been great for me. Also, the fact that no one realized that he was a different person was hilarious to me, because it's not like he didn't have to get undressed when he was changing out of the fit. Like, it's not like he didn't have to get undressed. And if you go to his room and you're like, well, they didn't see him in the room, that's fine, but how did he get in bed without being visible? The suit and the mask were on the rack or whatever, on the ledge or whatever, behind him. So there's no way that they didn't notice. And if you did notice, why would you then not say something so that you can take advantage of the fact that he's there, right? Because you would know, like, oh yeah, that's not number 29, because y'all only go by code names anyway, or code numbers. And it's like, well, we didn't know what he looked like. You could say that too, except no, because then the rip in the suit matters. there's a reason for all of this. If you're gonna bring these things up, you should at least make them present or a part of the story. And every time he got undressed, you cut away from him getting undressed. It's not like I wanted to see him get undressed, but you could at least focus on the fact, like, hey guys, he's taking his suit off. This might not be the guy that we originally thought it was. Anyway, I spent too much time focused on that. The only other things that were like really damning for me were the fact that the front man focused on equality, and that equality didn't end up mattering because, number one, you incited the fight because you said, because these are words from your cronies or whatever, that, hey man, we gave y'all less food because we knew it would start a fight. It would weed out the weaklings. Then everyone didn't get a fair chance to win the money. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you say that we believe in equality? Here, there's not going to be anything against you. The world already gives you enough problems. We're going to give you a fair shot. No, you're not. You're clearly not doing it. Because if the goal is to weed out the weak people, that means you don't believe in fairness. You just believe in you believe in whoever the strongest will survive. There's a little bit of luck that goes into the game. You can't say that it doesn't. Ali, who they did dirty, ended up saving Ji-hoon off rip. But I digress. I'm just really disappointed in the fact that they brought up the equality point only for them to have been the initial people to incite an unfair game, and then to continue an unfair game by letting Ha Min-yoy, I hope that I'm gonna just put her face. You gonna see who she is. Leaving her alive just so her and Deok-suk and Jung Deok-suk could share a moment. There's no way. That doesn't even make any sense. It's just like, oh yeah, no, we see what we said, but we're gonna push the plot forward just because we need this moment right here to mean something. Deok-suk could have died at any point. You could have in fact just got a random dude to push him off, or kick him, or clip him, or anything like that, and they'd have been just fine. But no, you guys didn't do that. You guys took pity on him, which that of in itself is unfair. And that same word gonna come back up. Inequality is what that is. What else was there? Oh, the shoulder shot from the front man. That's a shoulder shot. He's not dead. There's probably not gonna be a season 2, but he's not dead. So can we not do stuff like that? Movie 101 states, if you don't see the body floating, he's not dead. He's gonna pop back up soon. But they also said that right now there's no chance there's gonna be a season 2, which that's stupid, but okay. And then the last one, this will probably take the longest time. If you've made this far, please take time to subscribe. Appreciate it. Leave a like. Ji-hoon, first off, when you got back to the house, you moped for forever. That's number one. And number two, you didn't do what anybody asked you to do, and you didn't do what your initial point was. You kind of did what Song-woo asked you to do, but we don't really know, right? Reason I say this, one, you were halfway to the plane and you walked away. Why did you do that? Your goal was to get your daughter back. Go get your daughter back. End it. Be done. Go home. Number one. Number two, Sae-byuk said that she was going to bring their mother from the north, right? And they was gonna be a happy family. Why did you drop that child off with that random woman? You didn't do what she asked you to do. Go find the mother, go combine her back with her son, and keep it pushing. You didn't do nothing. You didn't complete half the mission, bro. You just I'm so disappointed in this man. And then the Song-woo situation, the mother still has no idea what happened. So God forbid, because I think he was what, 4 billion in debt. They say they gave him half, but they probably doing that for the story. I don't think he really gave him half. She'll just pay the debt off, but now she's stuck with a random child and don't know what happened to her son. None of this makes any sense, guys. I can't. At the end of the day, because I'm hitting that 10-minute mark. Look, it's a good show. I don't think there'll be a season 2. And the red hair, Jesus, dude, the red hair. No fucking sense. Why? Where? And people, I saw so many like, oh well, he's red. It's red and it's masculine. It's only masculine haircut. Those are all women. Am I tripping? Those are all women on that thing, right? And even still, red's just a random color. It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't make any point. Like, he would have been fine with just a regular cut. And maybe they explain red if we get a season 2. But cut, why? It doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for it to be there. Can you just don't do that, right? And it's still a woman's cut. Like that was a woman, right? Like I'm not. I could be tripping. Tell me if I'm wrong, please. Comment if I'm wrong. But that was a woman, right? Like I'm not tripping, right? I'm not bugging. That was a woman. Anyway, yeah. And don't come in here saying, oh, because his spirit is fiery or something stupid. Like get out of here, because it's not even fire red. That's like cherry red. We can get into the semantics. That's cherry red. Don't do that. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna step off my pedestal. Squid Game is a mid pack. Y'all are bugging. Shout out everybody that worked on that project. I'm really glad y'all are seeing success. But to all y'all that are loving it just because it's Korean or just because it's foreign, probably not because it's Korean, but just because it's foreign, expand your horizons and get out your bubble, bro. It's mid pack. That's it.